Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Gabby and welcome. So before I get on with this video, I just want to address three things. First, if you guys have never tried the passion tea lemonade from Starbucks, I highly suggest it. It is so good. The second thing is my necklace. So I found this girl on Instagram. I will leave her handle down below in the description box. But basically, she makes chokers for colleges. This choker, it just has blue and yellow on it, and it says WVU. If you couldn't tell, I am going to be attending West Virginia University next year as a freshman. So yeah, I got this choker made by her and I'm obsessed with it. I think it is so cute and I will definitely be wearing it to every single football game next year, praying that it happens. And then the third thing is, I am sorry if this video is going to be kind of like jambled. I'm going to do my best to kind of like not skip back and forth between things, but if it does happen, I'm sorry. I tried to plan it out, as you can see. I hope that this video helps you guys and informs you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get on to the video. I have two huge tips that I want to start off by telling you guys. The first one being to definitely start the college application process the end of your junior year and over the summer. I did not start until September and October, which in my personal opinion was way too late, but knowing me, I'm a huge procrastinator, so that is why I waited until the last possible second to do any of my application. And honestly, that kind of messed me up because one school that I really wanted to apply to was University of South Carolina, but because I waited till the last minute, I actually needed my transcript. And when I realized I needed my transcript, it was on a Friday, and obviously my guidance counselor doesn't work over the weekends, so I was not able to apply to University of South Carolina. So that's like a huge thing, is to definitely get ahead of the 8 ball instead of behind. And in my case, I definitely was way behind than I should have been. So definitely start your college application way early, like months before they're actually due, so then you can just get it over with. But the biggest tip that I have for you guys so far is when you are applying to schools, every application that you fill out has some sort of essay where they either give you a prompt or you just have to write a little bit about any topic that comes to your mind. In my case, I found a college that had an essay where they already had given you the prompt, so all you had to do was write about the prompt. This helped me so much, you guys, like so much, because then after I wrote that essay, and because it was relevant to a lot of things going on in the world, I was able to use that essay for every single one of my other college applications, just tweaking it a little bit here and there for each college. It saved me so much time, it's ridiculous. Obviously, if you have a school where there's a different prompt, then you have to write that essay with a different prompt, but if you do find one college that has a prompt and then another college that doesn't, you can basically use that same essay as long as it's not like too pinpointed, you know, more of like a general idea. When I was looking for colleges, I made a little list of the things that I wanted in the college that I would be going to in the future. Personally, this is what I wanted. Some of these things might not be as important to you or someone else as they were to me. The first thing that I wanted, a medium to large school, preferably 20,000 students or more. I just wanted a big school. My second one was distance, so I definitely wanted to be far away, but I didn't want to be too far away where I would have to get on an airplane to come home. I kind of wanted it to be like 3 to 5 hours away, was kind of like my in-between distance. Third was sorority. Fourth was, this is what I wrote, fun outdoor activities around the area. Didn't want a college where literally you step outside and there is butt-ass nothing around the college. And by fun outdoor activities, I mean like lakes. So like over the summer when it gets warmer, you know, you could go to a lake for a weekend with your friends, hiking, skiing, just stuff like that. My school definitely has that, which is one of the reasons why I picked it. And the next thing was cost and scholarships. This is like a huge one because, you know, my parents are going to be paying for some of my college, but in the end, I'm going to be paying all the loans and stuff throughout my years once I graduate. So I also want to keep that in mind too, because I will be paying for most of my college. Along with that, scholarships. A lot of schools will give out like academic scholarships, which I will also go through and break down once I go down to each school. A lot of the schools that I applied to some gave me huge amounts of money and others gave me little to like no money at all. Sports schools, that was probably up there on the list. So I definitely wanted a school where there were football games and tailgates where you could just like support your school. And plus, like, I love football so much. And the last thing that I wanted, some sort of nightlife slash party life. The next category that I'm going to get into are the schools that I applied to. I applied to 6 colleges. My SAT score, super scored, was a 1090, which in my opinion isn't like that good. Guys, study. Seriously, study. And with that, I got into 4 out of 6 colleges that I applied to. First college that I applied to was the University of Alabama. I was accepted. Then West Virginia University, which I was also accepted at. Towson University, which I was accepted. Salisbury, accepted. University of Delaware, I was waitlisted at first, but then I was rejected in the end. I was not actually deferred from Delaware. I got a letter in the mail about like 3 or 4 days ago, basically saying that I wasn't accepted for the fall 2020 semester, but I was accepted for the spring of 2021 semester if I went in as a neuroscience major, which I'm already going to West Virginia, so it doesn't matter. But I did just want to say in here that I didn't get deferred. I was just pushed back like a semester. Don't know why, but I was not totally deferred, so 5 out of 6 schools. And then Auburn University, I was totally rejected from, which honestly, I did not care at all. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the what I like and didn't like about each school. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Auburn University and what I liked about it. So the first thing that I really liked about it was that it was a large school. It has about 27,000 students, which obviously is right up my alley because like I told you guys, 20,000 or above was my preference. Also, I do just want to say I did not visit Auburn University, so this is all just coming from doing the virtual tour. The second thing that I liked was the distance. It's 13 hours away driving. While I liked that, I also didn't, and I'll get into that later. I also liked that it has sororities, but honestly, I am someone who does not like to dress up. Down south, they dress up literally every day, makeup, hair. I could just never do that. So even though I loved that they had sororities and I think it would be so much fun down south, I could personally never do it. There were a lot of outdoor activities. Obviously in Alabama you have the beach, you have lakes. Obviously Auburn is a huge football school, so that was right up my alley. That was probably like my favorite part about Auburn. Now on to the 2 things I disliked about it. Well, I liked that it was 13 hours away. I also didn't like that it was 13 hours away because I would have to fly home every time, and honestly flying is so expensive, and if I wanted to come home, like I was ever homesick or something, I could never afford to like come home every single weekend, and neither could my parents. So on top of flying being expensive, the school is also super expensive, and Auburn did not give me any scholarship money. Well, wait, I wasn't accepted, so. Next is University of Delaware. Basically, I didn't really consider University of Delaware until after. I will leave this vlog linked up below in the little eye, but I went with my best friend Audrey to visit her older sister who plays lacrosse at University of Delaware. We stayed there for a weekend, and while we were there, I kind of honestly just like fell in love with it. First, it's a large school with 24,000 students. I fell in love with the area around the University of Delaware. It just felt so much like home. It's called Main Street, but it's the main strip in the University of Delaware that has like all the restaurants and everything. Second, it has sororities. Huge football school too. Delaware obviously doesn't have an NFL team, so what happens is a lot of like the residents from Delaware will travel to the University of Delaware to watch the football games. The downside to that is they don't have tailgates. Students are not allowed to tailgate, but adults are. It was only an hour away. The last one was that it was super expensive. I also forgot Delaware is also super close to the beach. Next is Salisbury University. Salisbury University is an in-state college, which was my safe school. Okay, I'm also not trying to bash Salisbury University. This was by far my least favorite school. First though, the positives. So my grandparents live in Chincoteague. For them, Salisbury was only like an hour away, and they would have loved for me to have gone to Salisbury so that I could be close to them. That I did like. They did give me scholarship money. I don't know the exact amount because I don't have like the paper anymore, so that was a plus. And it's in-state tuition. Oh, and it's also 3.5 hours away, which is like the perfect distance. Now onto what I disliked. entire campus. I don't know, like to me, it just did not feel like where I belonged. I did not like how small it was. Salisbury has only like 8,000 students. It was not a sports school. The area around it was extremely boring, and it also kind of reminded me of my school where I'm at right now, like in high school. Well, not now anymore, but where I went to high school, and I just did not like that. Towson University. It has a large population of exactly 20,000 students. It's somewhat of a sports school. I also like that it had a night and party life and sororities. A lot of the buildings on Towson's campus are brand new too. Also, the last thing was in-state tuition. Again, because it is in Maryland, I would have gotten in-state tuition. I really didn't have anything that I disliked about it except for the fact that it's like literally in my backyard. So now on to the last two schools, which are the University of Alabama and West Virginia University. I had been kind of debating back and forth between the two, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the University of Alabama and what I liked. I loved that it had a humongous population, 40,000 students that go to the University of Alabama. It was a huge football school. I don't know, like I just think going to a stadium that big with a football team that well known would just be so much fun. They also had sororities. What I didn't like was the price. Obviously, it's not an in-state school, so Alabama would have been hella expensive, and they also gave me no money whatsoever. Too preppy and too far away. Again, I would have to get on a plane to come home every time I wanted to. Now on to the reasons why I'm going to West Virginia. West Virginia has 25,000 students, which I feel like honestly is the perfect number. Also, West Virginia is a huge football school with huge tailgate. I really enjoyed the town around it. West Virginia, the campus, there's 3 separate campuses. There's the downtown campus, and then there's 2 other, I can't remember what they're called, but the downtown campus is basically in downtown Morgantown. Guys, it's just so much fun there. Like literally, it's so fun. There's like restaurants, there's stores, there are a ton of activities to do. Since I am a huge skier, I definitely will be going skiing a lot. The distance, you guys, it is 3.5 hours away, just like Salisbury. It is perfect. It is not too far, but it's not too close. And the drive also, you guys, is gorgeous. They do have sororities, but they are more chill. There is definitely a ton of nightlife and party life. It is an expensive college, but this is the most money that I got from any college. I got $14,500. So the only thing that I didn't like was that some areas around Morgantown were sketchy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it was informative. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.